The Nutty Guide to Health. A senior's journey to better nutrition. Mary had always been a spirited woman, known in her neighborhood as the friendliest senior on the block. But as she transitioned into her late 60s, she started paying closer attention to her health, with her doctor's advice echoing in her ears. Mary, as you age, what you eat matters more than ever. Make nutrition your secret weapon. One day, her grandson Tim visited her with a curious gift. A colorful booklet titled The Senior's Nut Guide, What to Eat and What to Avoid. Intrigued, Mary sat down with Tim, carefully flipping through its pages. What she discovered shaped the way she approached her snacks, and ultimately, her health, in the months to come, discovering the 4 nutty superstars. As Mary read through the guide, she was delighted to learn about the benefits of certain nuts for seniors. She realized they could be more than just an occasional treat, but also a powerful way to keep her body and mind sharp. 1. Almonds. The first nut on the list was almonds, a snack she already kept in her pantry. The booklet explained that almonds were packed with calcium, magnesium, and vitamin E, all of which supported bone health, heart health, and even cognitive protection. That explains why they make me feel so good, thought Mary. She was particularly drawn to the fiber content, which aided in digestion and reduced constipation. Maybe this can replace some of those fiber pills Dr. Lee told me to take, Mary mused, making a note to start eating her almonds raw or dry roasted with the skin on. 2. Walnuts. Next up were walnuts, which immediately captured Mary's attention. Known for their omega-3 fatty acids, specifically ALA, walnuts offered another brain-boosting benefit. Mary's late husband had struggled with Alzheimer's disease, and the thought of reducing her own risk by enjoying something as simple as walnuts brought her great comfort. She also learned that these nuts could enhance her sleep due to their natural melatonin content and improve heart health. Taking the booklet's advice, she resolved to buy fresh walnuts and refrigerate them, aiming to stick to the recommended 7 to 9 halves per day. 3. Pistachios. Mary's eyes widened when she came to the chapter on pistachios. "These are my favorite!" she exclaimed, smiling at Tim. The guide praised pistachios for their high potassium and low sodium, making them an excellent snack for regulating blood pressure, a common concern for seniors like Mary. What truly fascinated her, though, was their ability to support eye health thanks to nutrients like lutein and zeaxanthin. All the better to keep reading with, she joked. Plus, the booklet mentioned how the act of shelling pistachios made people eat more slowly and mindfully. A perfect way to keep from snacking too much, she thought. 4. Brazil nuts. Finally, Mary reached the section on Brazil nuts, which she'd never tried before. The guide emphasized their top-notch selenium content, vital for thyroid health and cognitive functioning. While Brazil nuts could boost nerve function and protect chromosome telomeres, Mary was intrigued by one particular warning. These nuts were so rich in selenium that eating more than 1 to 2 per day could be harmful. "This will be a fun new experiment," she told Tim. Together, they planned to visit the grocery store to purchase some Brazil nuts to try the danger zone, nuts to avoid. Just as Mary was feeling inspired, the booklet shifted tones, warning about certain nuts that could pose risks for seniors. Though Mary loved her snacks, she quickly recognized the importance of understanding the downsides. 1. Peanuts. First on the list of nuts to avoid were peanuts, which Mary learned weren't technically nuts at all. Rather, they belonged to the legume family. The booklet explained that peanuts carried a high risk of aflatoxin contamination and contained inflammatory proteins, along with an overload of omega-6 fatty acids. Good thing I always preferred almonds or pistachios to these, Mary thought. Furthermore, the potential interaction between peanuts and blood-thinning medications reminded Mary how important it was to double-check her choices with her doctor. 2. Cashews. Next, Mary came across cashews, which she'd always found a little too sweet for her taste. It turned out they were high in carbs and oxalates, 2 factors that could raise blood sugar and impair calcium absorption. Worse yet, they posed a risk of kidney stones, something Mary's sister had suffered from before. Even if she didn't snack on them regularly, Mary appreciated understanding why cashews were better left off her plate. 3. Macadamia nuts. The mention of macadamia nuts made Mary chuckle. She'd once tried one of those chocolate-covered macadamia candies while traveling to Hawaii and found it overly rich. According to the guide, these nuts were extremely calorie-dense and high in fat, making them a poor choice for seniors with slower metabolisms. "Guess I was ahead of the curve with this one," she joked. 4. Pine nuts. Finally, Mary was surprised to see pine nuts listed as a nut to avoid. She remembered enjoying them in fancy salads on special occasions, but the guide painted a different picture. Pine nuts had a rare but unpleasant side effect called pine nut syndrome, which caused a persistent metallic taste in the mouth. Mary shuddered at the thought. Additionally, their aspiration risks and tendency to impair protein digestion made them a less than ideal option for someone her age. "Well, at least I won't miss these," she concluded. A nutty routine for a healthier life. Feeling both educated and empowered, Mary decided to incorporate the recommended nuts into her daily routine. She started her mornings with a small handful of almonds and walnuts, alternated pistachios as a midday snack, and saved a single Brazil nut for her afternoon tea. The changes didn't go unnoticed. Mary's energy improved, her digestion felt smoother, and she even started sleeping more soundly. Her doctor praised her efforts at her next appointment, confirming that her improved blood pressure and cholesterol levels reflected her more mindful eating habits. "Thank you, Tim," Mary said one evening as they cracked open a fresh bag of pistachios together. "It's amazing how small changes, like learning about the power of nuts, can make such a big difference." Tim smiled back at her. "You're welcome, Grandma. I think you're nuts for taking this so seriously, and I mean that in the best way possible." Both laughed as Mary playfully tossed a pistachio shell at him. From that point on, Mary became the unofficial nut expert in her community, sharing her newfound knowledge with friends at her senior center. Her message was simple. With the right choices, nurturing your body doesn't have to feel like hard work. For Mary, health was all about enjoying life's simple pleasures, one delicious nut at a time.